Howdy, everybody. Welcome on into the cargo bay where it's time for a little bit of hobby talk.
Little bit of hobby talk. Welcome and make yourselves comfortable, viewers.
BC, we're glad everybody is here who's watching or listening today, but we got to warn you, we're very tired.
Yeah, I had a long night partying with my friend Dave last night.
Dave Thomas from Wendy's?
Not Dave Thomas from Wendy's. That would be Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters. Went and saw the Foo Fighters last night. Funnily enough, Dave Thomas of Wendy's was there in spirit. So, double Dave.
Of course.
It was a double Dave last night.
That's amazing, BC. But you partied a little too hard with your pal Dave?
I didn't even party that hard. I'm just getting older and I'm tired.
Getting old is fun.
Yeah.
But BC...
Sitting in a parking lot trying to get out for 30 minutes, just not moving.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
beautiful. It just makes you,
Yeah.
it gives you a new zest for life.
Nothing like having the high of a rock and roll show and then sitting in a parking lot.
But there is a fountain of youth in our lives, BC, and that's, of course, the joy of collecting top Star Wars trading cards.
Feeling young again, baby. Let's do it. What do we got on the docket for today?
Well, BC, both Chrome 2023 and Obi-Wan, they've been sitting for a while. We got the blasters out. So why don't we talk about that for just a little bit? What's your kind of
let's.
impressions of the sets now that we've had some time to think about it? Maybe
I think,
open some.
I think overall, I haven't opened any Kenobi. I have
Right.
viewed your Kenobi opening. I still
Yes.
do plan on probably grabbing a blaster or two, just because I'm a pack ripping fiend. My overall impressions from the 2023 Chrome blasters was here's a pretty good. For the price point of $20 for a blaster, 10 packs. You're getting 40 cards. You're getting a couple of purple wave parallels. I really like it. Just for the value of a hobby box. I mean, for a blaster box. The hobby box, I'm a little hesitant and weary in general of hobby boxes right now. Just because I feel like you can go out and get exactly what you want for definitely less than the cost of a hobby box, unless you have a very expensive taste. But most, most autos that you can find or that you would hit out of the hobby boxes are going to be, fairly easy to obtain, except for, of course, the high end sort of stuff. But for what these are, I'm happy that there's blasters. I'm happy things are starting to show up on shelves. There's not a mad rush to buy the bounty hunter set off of target.com whenever that's released. It's just like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to even out in terms of like, oh yeah, I can't sit on a pile of dragon's gold on Star Wars blaster boxes. So overall, my impressions are like, I'm pleased. I think my expectations aren't too high, so I think that's why I'm at least fairly pleased with where we are right now.
Yeah, I agree with you, BC. And of course, you and I are both kind of low-end collectors. We're here for that retail product.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy opening packs. I love the thrill of the chase. And I enjoyed Obi-Wan Blaster. An Obi-Wan Blaster I opened a lot more than the hobby box that I opened.
Really?
The price difference there helps.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
there's a lot of packs, and there's some fun cards to hunt in there. We have some.
I mean, it's a third of the cost and this more cards, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was more packs.
I mean,
So-
you're gonna miss out on that sweet fourth sister autograph, but I tell you what you can do with that additional $40 you saved on your blaster.
Go buy
one on
three.
eBay.
Yeah. I was scrolling
But
through eBay, and those prices were listed buy it now prices, everybody. Most of them. So they're not selling for that much to those Obi-Wan autos.
Yeah,
Unless
like,
it's
I
Leia
get-
or Luke or...
I mean, I get the thrill of the chase of like I'm gonna buy a hobby box and hope that the auto I pull is not Evan Peel, but it just it is what it is.
Yeah, I would rather open a blaster box and not get the numbered card that I want than open a hobby box and not get the numbered card that I want, because didn't get a
Yeah.
numbered card in my Obi-Wan hobby box. Didn't get one in my blaster either, but you know what? Blaster costs a lot
A,
less.
s- a strong indication they printed just a crap load of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just so much of it is going to be the prices of those hobby boxes are going to go down eventually. I am
And
pretty
hopefully
sure.
blasters are going to be sitting on shelves for a while. I still haven't seen any in the wild, but I'm hoping that will change.
Yeah.
BC, I wanted to highlight a couple comments
Woo!
about
Comments? You mean people are
2023.
engaging?
That's right. And if you're out there,
What?
please engage. It's wonderful. Thanks for leaving comments, liking or disliking our video. That's great too. Obviously, we prefer the like.
Yeah.
Subscribing is amazing. We appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you for all the new subscribers for coming in and joining us on the Cargo Bay. And if you comment, we don't got a lot else going on, so we'll probably respond to whatever you say.
I accidentally made your face take up the whole screen when you said that, BC.
Wow!
So that was a really impressive pitch. If
Do
we're
it.
if we're using your comment and you're mad about it, just leave us a comment. We'll get rid of it. But,
You're mad about the comment, drop another comment, and then we'll call it square.
but we've got Walter who's saying these blasters, and this is in reference to 2023 blasters, have such abysmal odds of getting a hit. It's really only worth buying like 2 to 3 to get a decent amount of the base set for those that want a sweat, and then or want a set, and then switching to hobby boxes. I bought 2 and I don't think I will buy any more. We'll for sure get some hobby boxes in the future, since getting hits is really the only reason I want to open packs. Makes a lot of sense, BC.
Can't argue with the logic there. I mean, I bought 3 blaster boxes mostly so I could start building a set, and you know, for half the price of a hobby box, I'm not hurt that I'm missing out on a chromato and you know, no guaranteed hits. So yeah, makes total sense to me.
And I've opened now 3 blaster boxes of Chrome 2023, and I haven't gotten a single numbered card out of those 3 blasters, so that discourages me from buying more blasters willy-nilly, because that's
Right.
what I'm after. I got some cool inserts, and I will say the purple refractors, you're not going to make a lot of money on those cards unless you hit a Mando or a Grogu. Pulled a purple Grogu. I think I might sell that and get my money back, you know?
Welcome to your retirement fund, baby.
I think that is you know, a 30 to $50 card maybe.
Yeah,
We'll see. But that is a hit. The purples can be hits if you match a good character.
that's true.
I think I replied to that and said I'm wary of those hobby boxes too. So I'm out on 2023 Chrome for a little bit, but I've enjoyed what I've opened and got a good base set going.
Yeah, I don't need to sink a whole lot more money Chrome.
Yeah.
But if I see a blaster sitting on a shelf at some point, I might just go, hey, you know what? I feel like opening some packs.
Let's do some ripping.
Do some ripping. Why not?
Also, a comment here from GI History Handbook. My biggest gripe with 2023 Chrome Star Wars is the baffling character selection. It is the inaugural I got it, VC, release
that you
of
did
this
it. You got it.
flagship product, and Topps chose
Yeah.
to include 24 sequel trilogy base cards and only 4 original trilogy base cards: Yoda, Jabba, Salacious Crumb, and Admiral Akbar. They've got 7 Rise of Resistance cards. They don't have a lot of Mandalorian characters that are in demand right now, like Moff Gideon, IG-11, Bo-Katan. I'm paraphrasing here a little bit.
Yeah.
There's only a 100 card base set. Why do Claude and DJ make the cut, but not Jango Fett and Tarkin?
Whoa. Why bring the heat for Claude? I'm
I
just saying.
I think in my reply I said the reason Claude is there because Claude is a superstar. All right, Claude.
Claude is clearly amazing. So
Chase card.
Let's not put Claude on blast, you know?
But it's a good point, BC.
Yeah, for sure.
I speculated some around like, well, we got a lot of Return of the Jedi cards coming out, so maybe Topps is trying to, you know, keep things thinner. I don't know though. Yeah, it's a good point. It is kind of a weird base set, BC.
I will say a lot of times I'm baffled by the base set and
Yeah.
the images that are selected, sometimes the characters that are selected. I mean, I get you've got to fill, 100 cards, and sometimes that's not always easy. But sometimes you look at some of the cards that are selected, you're like, really,
There's not a
you
lot
know?
of cohesion here, and there could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I like that I mean they're grouped at least in the numbering by what they're associated with. So
I
I think
appreciate
that's
that.
nice. Finest was alphabetical order, which
Very
was
weird.
super annoying to me. I just like I want all the rebels characters to be next to each other numerically, as opposed to alphabetically scattered across the set. But I get it.
I wish it was always chronological on the Star Wars timeline, like including where the image was taken from. That would be cool.
Ooh, this brings up a potential gripe that I have. Can I have a little bit of beef time?
Uh-oh, it's beef
Beef
time!
time. Yeah, a little bit of beef time. In the first appearance is set in the Chrome product. They've got Darth Sidious, or is it Emperor Palpatine? I'd have to go back and look at the specific card, but it's definitely an image of Palps
Uh-huh.
from the prequel trilogy,
Oh.
and I'm like, would we not? I guess if it's him as the politician first appearance, I guess. But I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like we're riding a line here,
Oh,
you
okay. I
know.
see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the
I was
first
like, I don't know.
appearances inserts use the first frame the character
Yeah,
appeared on TV or in a show or whatever. So let me take a look. I'll take a look for that when we're in a different segment and see if we can resolve that issue before the end of the
I mean,
pod.
I'm sure it was well researched by Tops, and they said, you know what, we're going to use the Chancellor Palpatine moniker or whatever. It's not a moniker card, but as the official first appearance of this character, not from the
Episode
original Star
one.
Wars trilogy,
Oh, I
as
see. I see. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as
They did it
Palpatine. Yeah,
chronologically instead of
yeah,
in the timeline of Star Wars versus the release of the
yeah.
movies, and it would make
I don't
more
know.
sense for the set for it to be the earliest date
First,
that they appeared on
yeah.
screen.
I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever. Just a minor beef time. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming to my minor
minor
beef
beef
time.
time with Tops. And if you're new to Top Star Wars, um, Pops does not have a nerd like us working for them who will be like, "Hey, that's not Aura Singh, that's Ayla Secura, or that is Asajj Ventress." Sometimes there are some
You,
mix-ups.
you're telling me they've made mistakes in the
Uh,
past?
yeah, should we get to one of our favorite
Oh,
mistakes of all time, BC?
what a segue, huh? Let's do it. Prominently
BC,
featured last week.
yes, is the Emperor Kanan first appearance card. This is Kanan Jarus, an of 5 first appearance with an Ian McDiarmid sticker on the card. And VC, we have some big news here in the cargo bay.
Oh, big breaking news. Why don't you share it with the class?
BC, we own this card, or at least
We
it's in the
bought
mail.
it.
That's
We
right.
bought this card.
I've been on a high since we won the auction, BC. I cannot believe we were able to snag this card. This is the crown jewel of of the Cargo Bay
This is
collection.
again a true one of one, unless of course they did all 5 with the wrong sticker.
Yes.
Uh, it's got 2 things that we both love. One, I'm a big Kanan Jarrus fan, and I know you're a big Ian McDermott fan.
Yeah.
And what are the chances those 2 things would ever appear on the same card? We had to do this. There was no way we could not do this. We had to.
We pooled our money. My
Yeah.
wife also threw some money in because she was like, "You guys need this card." And I just thought we weren't going to be able to win the auction. I thought this would be in a little bit higher demand, but wouldn't you know? It turned out people don't want this weird ass card.
It's really just you and I who
Yeah.
were really interested in this card. Yeah, the thought that we would be able to own this for you go check the sales history. You can find out how much we paid for it. It's less than I thought we would
Yeah.
pay if we were going to be in the bidding on this. So
This is
I mean,
less than I paid for a Chrome Beskar hobby box. So,
oh god, oh Don't mention that product. Just the worst. Yeah, this is a steal compared to a Chrome Beskar hobby box.
Yeah. So that's really exciting, BC. When it comes in, I've got one of my favorite one-touch cases ready for it that has the penny sleeve. And then, BC, I think we're maybe gonna get some content out of sending this off to a grading service at some point.
Yeah, we definitely need this encased forever, as the crown jewel of the cargo bay hold.
Yeah, what a beautiful thing. I can't wait to find out if there are more of them out there.
I really am curious to see if another one of these goes on sale
You
and
know
it's got
that
the same mistake.
if one goes up and it's correct, I'm gonna lose my mind with excitement. Because, as much as I would like other people to share in this joy, I
Yeah.
would like to have the only one. That would be cool.
Like the 4 other people who were bidding, that they're like,
Yeah.
oh no, there's even fewer of these out there when they see a Freddie Prinze Jr. autograph on the card.
What a
Like,
shame.
I wanted them all to be Emperor Kanan card.
Oh wow, we did well there, BC.
An
And
enthusiastic purchase for sure.
now we have a new segment, BC. We
New
have
segment alert.
a collection highlight, where we're highlighting a cool thing in someone else's collection. BC, I'm scrolling down to the image of this complete rainbow from Galaxy 2021.
A beautiful completed rainbow. There's a few things you love to see more than when someone posts their rainbow that they finished. The sense of completion that you must feel when that rainbow is completed is always very nice. This came to us in the Star Wars card collector Facebook group. This is from Kyle Babbitt, who, funnily enough, is the artist of the card that we are looking at, which I think is probably the coolest thing about this particular.
Yeah. That's talk about a sense of completion. To be able to rainbow your own card must make you feel pretty cool. I would feel very cool.
I would feel amazing. One, just the idea of having in a Star Wars product is fantastic. Two, that it's in 2021 Galaxy, which is one of the best sets,
Yeah.
I think, that we've ever encountered. Yeah, so we reached out to Kyle to say, hey, this is amazing. Can we talk about your accomplishment here? And he said, yeah, sure. Sent over a beautiful photo that we're all looking at here of the completed rainbow. It was, of course, the superfractor, the one of one that was the final piece. Just reach out to him and say, hey, anything else you want to share about this particular card? It was drawn for the Force Awakens Chrome series, with very little time given by Tops, apparently, which is shocking that they would, not give an artist a
Russian
lot
artist
of time to do something.
And
Yeah,
also,
shocking.
our jabs at Tops are from us, not Kyle.
Not Kyle at all. No, that comes directly from us. Yeah, so they ended up not using in that set for whatever Disney and Topps reason. He did note that whenever he did it, there wasn't a lot of material about The Force Awakens because it hadn't been released yet. So not a lot to go off in terms of what he did. I think this card, the composition rocks.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the superfractor looks really good in that lower left-hand corner image on the card. But yeah, it ended up being used in the 2020 Galaxy series, where, of course, again, no knocks on Papa Tops. Here's the back of the card. I don't know if you can see it. They left off one of the T's from his last name. So shout out Papa Top for misspelling the artist's name on the back of the card. But yeah, just kind of a cool story to see that the artist of their card rainbowed their card, said pretty much got everything except for the superfractor within the first month, and then was just about to give up hope, and then saw the one of one and was like, gotta get it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Congratulations, Kyle. If anyone's interested in seeing more of Kyle's work, go to Kyle Babbitt with 2 T's on the end.com. You can also follow Kyle Babbitt Art on Instagram, where this card is prominently featured, the Superfractor.
BC, just to give everybody a rundown, if you're unfamiliar with the rainbow for Chrome Galaxy product, that is the base card, just a silver refractor. And then you've got a refractor, which has the rainbow refractor. Then you have the atomic cracked ice refractor. You got the wave refractor of 99. You have the prism of 75, the mojo of 50, the purple of 25, the X-fractor of 10, the red of 5, and then the super 101.
The 1 of 1. Yes, the crown jewel of the rainbow, that superfractor 1 of 1.
And this is a great card, BC. This is one that I've been hoping to get a decent numbered version of for my PC. I think if we're not really speculators here on the Cargo Bay. We don't plan to make any money off of our Star Wars cards. But
speak for yourself. This is my retirement fund, friend.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be fine. Okay.
I would say though, if you are trying to buy things that are going to increase in value, it may be that nothing ever really does. But I think sequel trilogy cards, it's probably where you want to go. I keep looking at John Boyega autographs, early John Boyega autographs that are really, really affordable right now. And I can't help but think, if there's going to be a big jump in value, it's got to be on the sequel trilogy stuff that, people are growing up with more nostalgia for than they have for, the original trilogy. Because we're going to die.
Wait, what? What?
Original, those of us who grew up with the OT, we're gonna fade away, and we've seen it happen with prequel stuff. Obviously, has come up in value some. So yeah, this is an incredible card, incredible collection, and I can only imagine it's a good thing to have in your collection. And you got one of these cards.
Yep. And for viewers out there, if you have any cool collection stories or want any of your cards featured potentially on a Cargo Bay hobby talk episode, shoot us a comment, shoot us an email, send us a pic of what you've got. We'd be happy to share some stories, because that's kind of what I like about the hobby is sharing the collections, sharing the highlights.
BC, you and I gotta have a collection video at some point.
That's right. True.
Show off some of our amazing cards. Once we get that Kanan in hand, we'll have something to show. I'm scrolling down to the Tops Now set for the week. We have a Bomar Monk Spider and the Fifth Brother, and I love the Bomar Monk Spider. I'm probably gonna pick this card up. Do you know about these, VC? The Bomar
I know they
Monks?
give me the willies when I look at them.
So the Bomar Monks, that's a brain in that glass.
Yeah.
And
that I'm pretty sure I did know is that is somehow
it's
sentient being inside that sack
that has been meditating, I believe, for hundreds of years, just wandering around the palace. It's nice that Jabba didn't kick him out. Yeah, sure, you can keep spidering around in here.
Yeah.
But those are cool cards. I was hoping we'd go right into more Visions characters, because I'm gonna try to collect all the Visions characters.
Solid.
From
nice.
Tops. Yeah. Another update I have is I have Tops Direct loyalty points, or I have points from buying cards from Tops Direct. Those points you can only redeem for vouchers for Tops Now cards. And that means exclusively Tops Now releases, meaning I could not use the $10 voucher that I got from my points on the living set cards. Can't use it on the throwback cards.
So you could only use it like when Ahsoka comes out and they do the Ahsoka Tops Now release.
Yeah, I gotta hope my points haven't expired by then.
Thanks, Tops.
We've also got the throwback cards this week are from and really there's only an hour and 42 minutes left on these, so I don't even know why I'm highlighting this. Our release schedule isn't perfect for this, but there's another one will be up by the time this episode comes out.
Buy them on eBay, everybody.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
buy them on eBay for cheaper.
If you aren't hunting the short print or the parallels, which BC, I'm buying these from Topps because I'm in it to get one of
You're
those short.
hunting.
I
I
mean,
got you.
one of the best pulls I've ever gotten has been from this throwback set. So
The Mando. Yeah.
it's fun for
I
me
get
to
it.
get these in the mail. But yeah, you can definitely get the base set for significantly cheaper. And they're looking good in binders. I've seen people with their throwback binders. They're cool. I haven't
They look
collected all of them, but I have. If I've gotten one of a certain style, I've gotten them all.
nice.
Up until now, I missed the Vader and Tarkin, and then I
They
wound
look
up jumping
almost
in.
as nice as the 206 when displayed together.
Oh,
I love that set.
the
Love it.
206 looks so good. I saw someone on Facebook posting an
Big fan.
entire blue base set up on a bounty hunt, and I was like, I want that. That's cool.
That's a nice set.
And then BC, in a new segment, I'm gonna call "What Are You Hunting For?" We'll figure out a name at some point. I just want to highlight a card that one of us really wants, and for me, it is Treadgar Volk, the Creatures and Aliens insert of Obi-Wan. Now, BC, I made a little bit of fun of the Creatures and Aliens set. Because I don't think Creatures and Aliens fall into the same category. I think it's a little derogatory toward. I think it's a very imperial standpoint. But that's before I knew.
Creatures or the aliens or both?
It's creatures. What? Creatures and aliens.
Yeah, but is it derogatory to both creatures and aliens?
I think it's just derogatory toward aliens. I think aliens are sentient, like civilizations, and
you're like, you can't group creatures with aliens.
Yeah.
What are you, insane?
You can't put a Mudhorn and a Trandoshan in the same category. I mean, I guess Trandoshans are.
Guess what they did.
But anyway, all that criticism was before I realized that there is a Treadgar Volk card here from Obi-Wan. Treadgar Volk is the dinosaur bounty hunter from Obi-Wan.
I'm going to be honest. I remember the initial watch and seeing this and being like, what the fuck is this? And just like, what is this? And then I completely forgot about him. And then I went back and rewatched it again. It was like, I forgot Dinosaur Bounty Hunter is in. Kind of amazing that they're like, you know what? Giant T-Rex head on a kind of a humanoid body. Bounty Hunter. And you're like, yeah, I buy that.
Gonna have a shootout with Obi-Wan behind an AC unit on a rooftop.
I'm 100% behind this. They just went on top of the building, filmed a little shootout. Put it in Kenobi in a massive chase scene. Love it.
This character is a highlight of the whole show for me. I've taken many screenshots of Treadgar. I've been waiting for his character name to show up, and here it is. We got it on this card. I wish there was an autograph for this character, but at least we got a decent looking insert with a clear character image, and I'm on the hunt for numbered parallels of these, BC.
Have any popped up yet? Have you seen any come through the eBays?
I have a potential trade lined up, and an even trade of an of 25 from I believe I've got one from Mandalorian Season 1, probably a higher value card. Although these are spread so thin in the blasters that it is hard to find the things that you want in these sets because there's so many cards. It's like finding a needle in a haystack,
They haven't not been open because there's so much of it.
So anyway, I'm looking at the of 25, doing a trade for that, which is a very boring parallel. It takes this background and just makes it pure silver. So it's just kind of a gray background, but there's a red on eBay up for $40 or $50. It's an of 99. I'm not going to pay $50 for an of 99. But anyway, they're out there, and if there's a superfractor out there in the world, that's number one on my bounty list right now, BC.
Treadgar Volk.
Yeah. What a creature. What an alien. Whichever. I also, one of my favorite things about this character, BC, is I got a screenshot from Obi-Wan, and the barrel is pointed like directly forward, and to draw the laser bolt, actually it's a little bit up in the sky, so they just draw the laser bolt coming straight down out of the barrel, like it's auto aim on an old first-person shooter. It's very good. I mean, it's a 1-second shot. You wouldn't notice in the shot itself,
Right.
but
Right.
it's a beautiful screenshot. What about you, BC? You got anything on your mind, card wise?
I'll tell you what I got on my mind is a horror family killed, which is still.
You cut out just for a second, just for the title of that card. Could you say that again?
Okay, yeah, we'll go back and we'll edit this out, and then we'll.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you what I got on my mind is a horrified sees his family killed in a PSA 7, which I purchased 2 weeks ago from Kenneth Golden in Golden Auctions. Now, when I go and look at my history, it says that it shipped. Again, mind you, this would have been my "What are you hunting for" card if the segment had existed. Now, I hunted, I found, and I'm trying to take home the kill now. And unfortunately, old Kenny Golden hasn't sent me any tracking information. So I think I'm going to have to reach out to Golden and say, hey, this says that this was shipped. You haven't provided any tracking information. You care to give me some more information on that? I'm sure it will be coming. I just wish that, once you place an order and they say that something shipped, they give you a tracking number. Just a little bit of a gripe.
I have a similar issue that occurred kind of in the reverse direction, BC. I sold a card on eBay, was bid on many times, and then the buyer just didn't pay me. Just wouldn't pay. I don't know if they were shill bidding, because they wanted to make a sale of the same card or what it was.
Shill bidding in Star Wars cards?
Here's
unbelievable.
Yeah. Here's where I made my big mistake, though, BC. After a certain point of time of not being paid and several messages sent, eBay gives you the option to cancel, and relist the card. If you click that button, you then can't leave negative feedback. So I clicked that button, and now I can't leave negative feedback for that seller and buyer who has a spotless record, and that's really frustrating because now I just have a card relisted on eBay, and it looks like I did something weird, right? Because anyone who was interested in the card beforehand is going, wait, I thought this sold. It's definitely going to sell for less now, because it's already been through the hot bidding cycle once. And that's really frustrating.
Sorry to hear that.
I am highlighting this card. This horrified Luke sees his family killed. This is, I don't know. This is actually interesting. This is from PSA, and it is labeled PR.
Poor?
Oh, it's a 1. It's a PSA 1, BC.
That's pretty sick too.
Yeah, it looks like this card has seen.
I'm gonna rainbow it from a PSA 1 to a PSA 10.
That's a great idea. I would love for you to invest a lot of money rainbowing cards. Amount. You think rainbowing means?
I got the one. I got 1 through 10. I got a very crappy version of this card.
All the way up to pristine. Wow, yeah. Beautiful stuff. BC, I'm sure we're forgetting something, but it's okay because we'll be back next week.
Hey, if we forgot something, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure. Leave us a reminder of what we forgot. We'd appreciate it. We're still shaking out some of those cobwebs.
Yeah,
I think.
We got some. We're tired today. We also have a lot of new production elements, but we're getting it together. So thank you so much for being here in the cargo bay. Again, like the video, dislike the video if you didn't like it. I don't know. Tell your friends. Subscribe. We really appreciate it.
We certainly do.
Yeah. So until next time, I guess. Bye forever.
Adios.
We did it, BC. This is the part where I talk about the playlists that pop up on the screen.
Oh, another successful cargo bay. Well, if you click on that one, that's a great video to watch.